Right now, President Biden and other top U.S. officials standing by their decision to send munitions to Ukraine as the country's war with Russia enters 500 days. But first, why 2 deputies were injured after restraining an inmate at the Dane County Jail last night. And a Madison organization aims to make sure people of all abilities could cast their fishing lines and reel in some fun. Those stories and more are coming up right now at 6. Thanks for joining us tonight. Officials say a Dane County deputy was attacked by a resident at the Dane County Jail last night. A press release sent out this morning says the deputy was speaking with a resident in an interview when the man tried to harm the deputy with a makeshift weapon. Other deputies were alerted of the altercation. They were able to control the man and take him to a cell. 2 suffered minor injuries and were evaluated at a local hospital. The incident is under investigation as officials say charges against the man are pending. And the U.S. Attorney's Office says a Fitchburg man was sentenced yesterday to nearly 3 years in federal prison for having an illegal gun. 27-year-old Derek Johnson pleaded guilty in April to charges of being a felon in possession of a firearm. He was sentenced to 33 months in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release. Johnson was arrested in December after Fitchburg police say they saw him hide a gun in a bush. Small amounts of drugs were allegedly found in his pockets during the arrest. Officials say he was on supervised release when he was arrested last year following a 2018 conviction. All right, let's head outside now for your first warn forecast with meteorologist Jacob Montesano, and it is a pleasant day out there today.
Yeah, right now temperatures are just about perfect. We're also seeing very clear skies with some areas seeing partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies, but for the most part, it's been very dry and very pleasant. If we look outside, very calm evening right now. Temperature is 79 degrees, so overall, it's going to continue to be a very nice evening for the next several hours. Definitely get out and enjoy the weather if you can. Temperatures right now are in the upper 70s and lower 80s for a lot of locations, and we also have no precipitation in sight. So in terms of conditions, it's very nice, but we obviously could use the precipitation with our current drought situation. But if you look at the overnight hours, it's going to be a little bit chilly at times, especially for northern counties. By the time we get to the early morning hours, lows may even be in the upper 40s, but for Madison, we'll see low temperatures around 60. And speaking of the drought monitor, I want to point out that Madison is under an extreme drought, but we do have a solid chance of rainfall at several points next week, actually. I'll have more details on that coming up a bit later in the show.
A woman who was charged in the 2019 death of her boyfriend in Genoa County was sentenced to 40 years in prison yesterday. Online court records show 31-year-old Crystal Ferris was also sentenced to 20 years of extended supervision. Ferris pleaded no contest in April to a felony second-degree intentional homicide charge in the death of 26-year-old Jason Daly of Necedah. Charges of hiding a corpse and 4 counts of felony bail jumping were read in but dismissed. Daly was found dead of blunt force trauma during a welfare check at a Necedah home in November of 2019. Ferris will serve her sentence consecutive to a pair of prior convictions she pleaded guilty for: disorderly conduct in 2020 and battery by prisoners last year. And the Sauk County Sheriff's Office gave an update yesterday on missing 13-year-old James Yablonsky. Officials say, quote, all avenues are being looked into in the search for the teen. They say multiple investigators are reviewing tips, interviews, and electronic information. Other locations of interest have allegedly been searched, but they did not give further details on what those locations are. Yablonsky reportedly left his house overnight, June 12th into the 13th. Local law enforcement say they found evidence suggesting he's evading them and trying to live off the grid in the woods in rural Sauk County. To Illinois tonight, where a group of Chicago police officers are accused of having sex with migrants at a police station and, in one case, allegedly impregnating a teenage girl. The Chicago Police Department would only confirm they're investigating allegations that officers were having sexual relations with migrants at a West Side police station. Sources told CBS Chicago that as many as 4 officers at the 10th Ogden District were involved in alleged misconduct with at least 1 migrant who was staying there. Sources also say a teenage migrant is pregnant after an encounter with an officer, but police have not confirmed that. Migrants housed at the station were being moved on Friday. Hundreds have been forced to stay at Chicago police stations in recent months as the city has struggled to find sufficient temporary housing for thousands of migrants that have been sent to Chicago from Texas since last summer. And right now, a manhunt is underway in Pennsylvania for a dangerous inmate with survivalist skills. Authorities say Michael Charles Burham escaped Warren County Prison Friday using exercise equipment and bed sheets. He was last seen wearing an orange and white striped jumpsuit, denim jacket, and Crocs. Burham was being held on arson and burglary charges and was a suspect in a homicide investigation. Police in Warren have expanded the search area and brought in federal, state, and local agencies. And new at 6, Iowa Republicans voted to hold their first in the nation caucus on January 15th. The State Central Committee of the Iowa GOP voted unanimously on the date, which falls on the federal holiday Martin Luther King Day. This is the earliest start of the presidential nominating process since 2012, when they gathered on January 3rd. Well, today marks 500 days since the start of Russia's war with Ukraine. The U.S. is defending its decision to send cluster munitions to Ukraine to help in their fight against the Russians. The weapon is banned in 120 countries, but not the U.S. As CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides reports, the move comes just before a crucial meeting between NATO allies set to take place.
The decision by the U.S. to send cluster munitions to Ukraine comes as NATO is set to hold a summit in Lithuania next week, where President Biden will no doubt face questions over the controversial move. When a cluster munition is deployed, several smaller explosives called bomblets scatter over a large area that can stretch the size of several football fields. But sometimes those bomblets do not explode on impact, posing a threat to civilians even years after conflict.
The Ukrainians are running out of ammunition.
In a TV interview Friday, Mr. Biden said the decision was made at the recommendation of the Defense Department and after discussing with allies and members of Congress.
It took me a while to be convinced to do it, but the main thing is they either have the weapons to stop the Russians now or they don't, and I think they needed them.
Ukraine says it needs the help in a stalled counteroffensive against entrenched Russian troops.
Ukraine would not be using these munitions in some foreign land. This is their country they're defending. These are their citizens they're protecting. And they are motivated to use any weapon system they have in a way that minimizes risks.
Both Russia and Ukraine have been accused of deploying them since Russia launched its invasion. The UN Human Rights Office said that cluster munitions shouldn't be used anywhere. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
The cluster munitions are part of the largest aid package U.S. is sending to Ukraine, worth $800 million. That brings the U.S. total to more than $41 billion since the 2022 invasion. And a Madison summertime staple and a great opportunity for artists to showcase their work hit the Capitol this morning. The 65th annual art fair on the square runs today and tomorrow around the Capitol Square. The Madison Museum of Contemporary Art is hosting the festival, and it features over 400 artists from around the country. When attendees aren't checking out the work, they can enjoy live music played on 3 different stages throughout the whole event. Around 200,000 people from all around flock to the festival each year.
It gets me to look at stuff that I wouldn't normally look at, and that's kind of neat, right? I mean, I think it broadens me out in some ways.
Funds raised from the fair help support the Madison Museum of Contemporary Art. It helps keep the State Street Museum's admission free year-round. And Fitchburg got fast and furious today as they extended their 4th of July celebrations with the Festival of Speed. The festival offered live music, food, beer, and fireworks, and of course, races through the streets. There were multiple divisions of a 25-mile bike ride, plus a 5K run, walk, and a 1-mile race.
It's pretty intense, and you have to watch your wheel the whole time. The corners are tight, people are trying to move up on you, and you have to kind of earn your spots. And you don't want to be sitting out in front because you're doing all the work and pushing in the wind, so you kind of have to use some strategy.
Well, after the events, racers could join back in on the party. All finishers received 2 free beers with their medal. And still ahead of 6, a 5K for a good cause. An annual race honors the lives lost and affected by brain tumors. Plus, find out which soccer star will soon be hanging up her cleats.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Runners hit the road this morning to help raise awareness and garner support for those affected by brain tumors. The starting gun for the 10th annual Madison Brain Tumor 5K went off at 9 a.m. this morning. The event hopes to spread awareness for brain tumors and support patients, caregivers, and survivors. It was started in 2014 in memory of Douglas Pink, who passed away from a brain tumor.
So with his passing, we decided to take kind of our grief and our loss and turn that energy into something positive. Something positive that could be passed on. We could share with the community. We could help have a community of support to support others that were going through a similar type of life event, but also raise funding and awareness for glioblastoma research.
So far, they've raised $71,000 of their $75,000 goal for the National Brain Tumor Society. Well, it was a beautiful day for fishing on the waters of Lake Mendota. And one Madison organization says the aim of their event today was to make sure everyone gets the chance to catch a trophy winner. Braden Ross reports.
Nathan Anderson is going for the big one.
Probably aiming for like top game fish, like bigger fish.
He's spending the morning with his friend Vaughn doing what he loves most.
What more could you ask for? It's a gorgeous day, sit out on the boat, relax in the water. I mean, that's good for everybody.
For Nathan and many others, this is the event of the summer.
There you go. This is kind of their summer vacation in a way.
For one Saturday every summer, Fishing Has No Boundaries gives people with disabilities the chance to get out on the water.
We have everything from the bait and boats and medics on site and lunch afterwards.
Brianne Fleming has been coming to the event for years.
I caught a 14.5 white bass last year. And it was just like the memories, about that, catching that bass, having the volunteers help me bring it in. It was such a great moment.
She says she loves the fishing, but really it's the friendships she's made that shine.
I really don't know anybody when I first came. And now, I'm getting to know a lot of people that has the same, issues as me or the same disability as me.
A lot of boaters like to go with the same participants each year too. And actually during the year afterwards, people will go fishing with each other, and that's how they build their community and build organic friendships and relationships.
Nathan couldn't agree more.
It's nice helping getting new friends, meeting new people.
And his love for the sport is contagious.
He taught me what I know, and I enjoy it. I even bought my own fishing rod last year, so I can go fishing whenever I want to now.
Reporting in Waunakee, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
And Fishing Has No Boundaries was able to take 60 participants out on the water this year. They're always looking for more boats and volunteers to give even more people the chance to catch a prize later. Well, it might have been a pleasant day for fishing today, but that summer heat's coming back this week. Jacob tells us when that is and how hot it's going to be when we come back.
You
You got me.
Tag, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This July 4th is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Well, here are the 3 things that you need to know. Temperatures are going to warm up the next 2 days, possibly get as high as 90 degrees for your Monday. But then we do have the chance for some storms Monday night into Tuesday morning with a better chance of rain on Wednesday. Now, right now, we are pretty much seeing no rain, and we're not going to see rain for about the next 48 hours or so because most of Sunday and Monday are going to be dry. But beginning Monday night, we are going to see some storms move into our area from the north, likely not going to last very long, but they could linger into Tuesday morning. By the time we get to the late morning Tuesday, it looks like those storms will be out of the area, maybe some isolated storms during the afternoon Tuesday, but the best chance of rainfall will be on Wednesday. It will move into our area in the late morning into the early afternoon. Now, unfortunately, compared to yesterday, it does look like the heaviest rain will be to the south of Dane County, especially across northern Illinois, but places right along the Wisconsin-Illinois border are also expected to get a good amount of rainfall as well. But the good thing is that it does appear that this rain could last for quite some time throughout the afternoon and into the early evening. But by the time we get to sunset, it does look like the rain will have cleared out of the area by then. But as far as total precipitation, even though it does look to be a bit further south than initially anticipated, it's still expected to produce maybe up to a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall for Madison. But to the south, a lot of rainfall is definitely possible. The 2 to 3 inches in Platteville might be a bit of an overestimate, but 1 inch to 1.5 inches in Monroe and Janesville, I'd say it's definitely in the realm of possibilities. So some much needed rainfall nonetheless, although hopefully, you know, we start to see the trend moving the rainfall a little bit further north to impact Dane County because we could desperately need the rainfall. Now, we also are going to see some windy conditions at times. By the time we get to Monday morning, we will start to see the windy weather, but during the afternoon, it's not going to be too bad. Wednesday night or Monday night into Tuesday morning, when that first round of rain moves through, the winds could get pretty gusty with wind gusts up to 30 to 35 miles per hour, maybe even approaching 40 miles per hour at points. So although it happened mostly during the overnight hours, just be prepared for that. Early Monday morning and early Tuesday morning, we could see the windy weather, but it'll be calm by the time we get to Tuesday afternoon. Now, high temperatures tomorrow will be a bit warmer than today, but for the most part, still fairly comfortable. Highs will be in the lower 80s for pretty much all of southern Wisconsin. Further north and possibly further west, we could see highs in the 70s, but for the most part, pretty close to average for this time of year. But Monday is expected to be warmer, if not hot, with high temperatures right around 90 degrees. We'll see partly sunny skies for the most part, breezy at times. The rain likely won't enter our area until after sunset. So if you enjoy the hot temperatures, for the most part during the day, it's going to be pretty all right. Tuesday morning, we could see some showers, but the best chance of rainfall will be on Wednesday. And after the 90 we see on Monday, temperatures will peak in the 80s for the most part, possibly upper 70s on Wednesday if we do see rain for most of the day. It kind of will prevent the temperatures from heating up that day. We do have another chance of rain on Friday, but still a bit unclear how that system will develop. But, a good chance of rainfall on Wednesday. Unfortunately, it does trend to be a bit further south than initially anticipated, but still expected to produce maybe about a half inch of rainfall here in Dane County. Hopefully, if we get a stray thunderstorm, we could see a bit more. But definitely some much needed rainfall. We'll take what we can get.
Yeah, it was a cool night last night. I was kind of surprised. I wanted to turn off my AC, just open the window and just relax.
Yeah, when conditions are this dry, there's no moisture to really have the humidity go up, and when conditions are this dry, the temperatures drop and rise a lot quicker. So during the overnight hours, are going to be cooler, and daytimes are going to be hotter, although today was not bad at all with temperatures.
Definitely. Thanks so much, Jacob. And the upcoming World Cup will be the final one for Megan Rapinoe. The great soccer great announced today that she'll be retiring at the end of the season. In a statement, Rapinoe says she feels grateful to have played as long as she did and to have been a part of a generation of players who, quote, undoubtedly left the game better than they found it. She also says to have one last National Women's Soccer League season and to go out on her terms is incredibly special. She has scored 63 points for the U.S. in international play, and her 73 career assists tie her for the most in U.S. women's soccer history. Rapinoe is also known for her work on social issues and became the first soccer player to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And still ahead, a surprise addition to the MLB All-Star Game that'll be music to Brewers fans' ears. That's next in sports with Andrew.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
You got me.
Tag, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. For the guarantee of high-quality promotional items delivered on time, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Hopefully, your family will never need to hire a personal injury lawyer. But if you ever do, it's important to understand that not all law firms are the same. A lot more is involved than one phone call and a quick settlement. To make things right again, it can take time, and it will take talent. Since 1930, Habish & Rotier has recovered more million-dollar results for our clients than any other law firm in Wisconsin. Habish & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
5 years after a horrific explosion, Sun Prairie rebuilds while honoring a fallen firefighter.
He was just an amazing guy.
Armand Rahman shows you how the city is healing to make Sun Prairie stronger. Monday on News 3 Now at 6.
been over 2 weeks since the Brewers have had an off day, yet they continue to find ways to win. 2 more games until the All-Star break, and the NL Central leading Reds are back in town. Couldn't have asked for a better start in this one. Third inning, Willie Adames, who had already homered in this game, goes deep again. 16th Tater of the season for the shortstop, and it gives Milwaukee a 4-1 lead. But then madness ensued. 7th inning, Ellie De La Cruz singles to give Cincy the lead, and then he stole second and third base, and then home. Look at this. Ellie De La Cruz, while Elvis Peguero not paying attention, steals home. That's the first time a Red's done that in 100 years. They win 8-5. Before the game, the Badgers make that the Brewers celebrated Wisconsin women's hockey on winning their NCAA record's 7th national championship. Captain Britta Curl threw out the first pitch, while head coach Mark Johnson reflected on something that he calls nothing short of a magical season.
Certainly a pleasure. I mean, this is sort of some of the benefits of winning a championship. You get to come out, and Britta Curl, our captain, got to throw out the pitch here. So those things are special. It wasn't an easy road, so the players came together at the right time, played their best hockey, and ended up with a trophy. So it was a great year.
Brewers ace Corbin Burns was named to the NL All-Star team today, replacing Spencer Strider. The 2021 Cy Young winner has had an up-and-down season, but it was good enough to send the strikeout machine to his 3rd straight All-Star game. Milwaukee's only other All-Star, Devin Williams, announced today that he won't be pitching in the Midsummer Classic. Elsewhere in MLB, the Detroit Tigers tossed a combined no-hitter today against the Toronto Blue Jays. 3 Tigers combined for the no-hitter. It's just the 2nd no-no in the MLB this season, joining Domingo Germán's perfect game, and it's the 9th no-hitter in Detroit's history. Tigers win 2-0. The Bucs kicked off their summer league in Las Vegas last night, and it provides younger and recently drafted players the chance to show off their skills on a bigger stage. The Bucs, they did just that and then some, beating the Denver Nuggets 92-85. Marjon Beauchamp led the Bucs with 23 points. He added 8 rebounds, and the second-year guard says he's ready for the big lights.
Definitely feel like I've gotten stronger, and man, it's a big jump for me, and I'm starting to feel like, yeah, like I can be really good, you know. So yeah, man, just gotta keep working, keep staying humble, and yeah, just trust in my work.
There we go. Warm-up coming our way in, Jacob.
Yeah, but before I talk about the forecast, I do have to ask, is it still a no-hitter? If
it is. It is technically a no-hitter.
The Cubs did it a couple of years ago, and I remember everyone was like joking, it's like, not a real no-hitter, but that's interesting.
I couldn't really work it into the script to talk about it, but I wanted to know your opinion. I don't really love the whole combined no-hitter thing, but statistically, it is a no-hitter.
That's fair. Now let's take a look at the forecast. We're going to see fairly comfortable temperatures tomorrow, pretty close to average for this time of year. It is the hottest time of the year, so we'll take lower 80s when we can get them, and we're going to see a lot of them actually the next 7 days. But it's going to be hot on Monday. Chance of storms Monday night into Tuesday, with a better chance of rain on Wednesday. People near the Wisconsin-Illinois border could see quite a bit of rainfall that day, with another chance of rain on Friday.
A combined no-hitter of temperatures. We'll see you tonight at 10 o'clock.